Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M40 M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Highway, and it's under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And it's her response to Talon's game earlier today, where he managed to get a third-class tanker and a bruiser medal. Game on! Well, as you know, they're competing against each other for the weekend line, and they really want to have that weekend line, I promise you. And it looks like all the enemy tanks have all departed, but in actual fact that's just a fault in the programming, which doesn't show the friendly tanks when they're pulling away at this point. You can see they're fairly close on the mini-map, but they're just not showing. Anyway, what we can see is the other end of the battlefield, and at this moment we're expecting enemy tanks to suddenly come into sight as they reach the northwest corner. Nobody yet. Oh, they found one. And in fact, actually, it's a Barask, and not only a Barask, a 3-mark Barask. Rounds out. Direct hit and penetration. 898 hit points. It's a low roll, but only by 2 hit points. Yes, she started out by shattering that Barask and hitting him for 898, 900 alpha, 52mm repair, and of course she went straight through the Barask, and he's now limping away with virtually none of his hit points left, and he's now been wiped out by a G-Saw. So she's got a really good shot there, first in, very accurate. Now she's actually firing the 203mm 8-inch howitzer, which is capable of doing quite a lot of damage, and you can see she's just hit the STB for a non-penetrating shot for 438. Very good start to the game. The M43 was based on the M4 chassis. After they built the M12 as the special self-propelled guns, they actually decided to try and build a chassis based on the M4, so it was going to accompany the troops. The first Arty they came up with was, of course, a design based on the M12's 155mm howitzer, the French design that they'd used for the M12. But, oh, that was a bit of, yes, I think you might sort of call that a spit roast there. 2 tanks going after the same enemy. But anyway, they actually came up with the first design, the M40, based on the 155mm gun, but the M4 hull. And shortly after that, they designed another one featuring the 8-inch howitzer, 203mm caliber, and that was the M43. And one of each was actually sent to Europe to be used by the 991st Field Artillery Battalion to test it out and see which one was the better one. They'd actually built 8 of them by August of 1945, but that was too late to use in the war. And 24 of them as the M43 HMC and 24 as the M40 GMC, that's the gun motor carriage. So they had built quite a few, but they were going to build 600. They actually, in the end, only built 311. Now, it actually has the Continental engine, and it's based on the M4A3 chassis. So it's got the horizontal volute suspension system. Okay, we've got a mouse in the middle of town, lining him up for a shot, dialing in. Rounds out. Well, it was a fraction of a second too late. She didn't see the red line appear until, of course, she was actually dialed in. And then she adjusted the aim and fired, and she got some splash on him, and she got stun assist as well. 128 from the actual splash, 462 from the stun assist. Now, you know the competition is actually based on the mastery. Starts off as the mastery. At the moment, Talon's got a 3rd class, so if Angelina can get a 2nd class, then of course she will benefit and she'll go into the lead. You can see that we're 4 up on the enemy now, or 3 up on the enemy. That Leopard prototype just killed. It's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks. Rounds out on the Leopard. Well, it was a good shot actually, because it stunned the Leopard, but she didn't get the kill, of course, because he was hiding in defilade. I think the G-Saw will go around the corner and finish that guy off. He hasn't got much in the way of hit points, so I think he's a one-shot for the G-Saw. Well, Angelina's accompanying the heavy hitters in the town because they finished off all of the enemy tanks, including that mouse, and now an enemy tank, an enemy SPG just came into sight. He's been wiped out. That was the GW Tiger P. He just got taken out by the BZ75. In fact, there's now only 4 enemies remaining, and 2 of those are over in the northwest corner. There's the Leopard, and there's the K91 PT. Angelina's still dialing in on the K91. I think that guy's going to back up, but rounds out. Can she get a shot? Well, she stunned the Leopard again. The only other remaining enemy is the SU-130 PM and their Arty, and I think he's at the back of the map. The SU-130 PM is trying to escape the cap area, and they found the M43 M55, but he went down very, very quickly. So it looks like Angelina's found a game with a really good team, and there's only 1 enemy remaining, the K91 PT, and he's in the northwest corner of the map. And there he is. He's trying to make a run for it by fighting his way through. Okay, Angelina can get a shot on target, rounds out, and yep, she got some splash there. 17 hit points, and he goes down, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for Angelina75 of OLIMP in the M40 M43. She managed to get a win rate of 1,454, which is good, but I'm afraid that's, well, it's not normal standard that Angelina would get. She'd normally get super unicum level, but there wasn't a lot of targets for her to shoot at because her teammates were just too good. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see that the highest damage in the game turned out to be the Concept 1B, who got 5,483 hit points. He picked up the high caliber. Second highest damage, the BZ75 managed 4,565. And the third highest damage was the Foch 155 with 3,822. Angelina managed to get 1,481, which means that she beat, she beat all but 7 on the enemy team and 4 on her own. She's in 12th place on damage. And when it came to kills, we can see that Angelina didn't get any at all. Top scorer was the Concept 1B with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the BZ75 on our team and the Leopard prototype on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, we can see the Concept 1B got it again. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,190 went to him. The BZ75 got 915. The G-Saw 1008 came in third with 834, and Angelina got 751. She still beat everybody on the enemy team, but of course she was only 5th when it came to base XP. So not great results, but I say that's down to the fact that her teammates were very, very good players. 7 shots fired. Well, not really enough to get a good result, and that's probably why she didn't get great scores. 2 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, that was the Barask. She got 6 splashes as well, 1,481 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 4 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but she got 1,368 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. On a premium count, she actually earned 86,410 credits from that game, including a 65,000 mission completion bonus. And she also took away 2,253 experience points out of that game as well. And of course, she did get the second-class tanker. Now, that actually does beat Talon's results from earlier today. You can see here, Talon got a third-class and a bruiser, and that means that he has been beaten by a second-class. Second-class beats third-class. So she is in the lead, but Talon has sent in another replay. So let's have a look at that one and see if he can beat Angelina and get back into the lead. And in the second game, we can see that Talon has elected to use the Bat Châtillon 155-55, the Tier 9 French SPG. He's on the eastbourne of Airfield. Game on! Well, he's got the 155mm howitzer. He's capable of doing 680 alpha, 48mm of pen, and 7.6 meters on the burst radius with 12.25 to 27 seconds of stun. Now the standard reload for this Arty is 28.76 seconds, but Talon's got it down to 23.99, so he's not 5 seconds off the reload time. It's one of the unusual Artys because of course it does have a turret that turns the entire way around, and that means that Talon can stop his vehicle and point it in any direction he likes, and then turn the turret to face the enemy. So if he wants to reposition after taking a shot, all he has to do is just move forward and he's changed his position. Okay, he's making a shot down the runway. There's an EBR 105 somewhere behind those bushes, I believe. K91 spotted him. Rounds out. If that EBR is there at this moment, he suffered a loss of hit points. And I rather think that he probably is there, actually. More than likely he would go there just to get the spots on our guys as they moved up. We just saw our EBR making a quick run into the enemy territory. And now we're looking at a TVPT 5051. Rounds out. Lands behind him. RNG not being kind. It's obviously went behind. I just saw the tree or bushes are down at the back. That indicates the enemy Arty is in that corner, or at least one of them is. They've got two enemy Arty, an Object 261 and an M43 and 55. It's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks. Rounds out. Well, the enemy tank that moved forward has obviously just been splashed. Now, what are we seeing over this side? Well, our Leopard's turned up, and it looks like he is actually exchanging fire with the enemy. So I suspect that the enemy EBR has probably retreated. In fact, it looks like that is the case. And that was a direct hit! AMX 5120 was on that spot previously, so it looks like he took a big round. Can now see that the enemy EBR retreated to the rear of the map. And I think he was trying to head off our guys. Unfortunately, we lost our EBR 105, so they've still got one. But how long they keep one, I don't know. T10 lined up. Oh, we've got an IS-4. I hate it when it says that. It's ridiculous to think, well, even if an artillery round hit, even if it hit the vehicle, it would do a huge amount of damage. Even if it didn't penetrate, it would still immobilize the vehicle with HE. It's ridiculous to think that somebody would con somebody with something like that. Rounds out. Landed on the rock face nearby. He's backing up to change position again. The other Arty on our team is the T92 HMC. As you can see, he's actually down in the south of the map in one of the usual positions. Okay, the Yang Tiger has just taken a hit and been tracked, and we're about to shoot. Rounds out. That's a kill. Okay, so he's got himself on the scoreboard with a kill. I think these guys here must be feeling a bit open now because our guys are actually moving behind them. And that was a go at the T10. Only critical hit though. The K91 on our team is actually moving up. And I think he's reached the point where he can actually get shots on the AMX 5120 at the rear. And that guy just got wiped out. And he was wiped out by somebody on our team. It was the Leopard 1 who actually got him in the end. Okay, IS-4 takes his engine deck, 295. Okay, we can change position now. And I think he's going to go to the corner. Either that or we'll get behind these bushes. He's getting stun assist on the IS-4 because he's still been stunned. Okay, he's going to go for the corner. The enemy EBR is threatening our guys down in the south. I hope that Waffenträger is ready because I think that EBR, well, he's going after our FV4005. Okay, so we've got into the corner. The EBR's right down to the south. There he is. And our Waffenträger's coming up to give him a dose of an enema. And yes, he's out the game. Yes, a Waffenträger up the rear every morning. And you won't need colonic irrigation. Well, the TVP's moved over now. Shall we put a round into him? Rounds out and engine deck. 312, good shot. The enemy are down by 4 now. This is all starting to come together. Our Heshbarn's still operating. In fact, he's headed up towards the north to try and take out the enemy there. And you can see that Talon is thinking about getting another round on that TVP. So if he just holds the aim and lets that TVP come into sight, he fires around in and got a direct hit. So that was very good guessing that the guy was backing up and we couldn't see him. But he did get a direct hit and the Waffenträger is now after him. Oh, that was brutal. Our Skoda just died to the E50M on the enemy team. And we lost the Waffenträger as well to the TVP. So the scores have been equal. In fact, now they've gone in the enemy's favour, but we've equalised. Rounds out. Well, that caught him for a bit of splash. We lost the T92. He's out the game. So our team has got 3 tanks and an Arty. Their team has got 2 Artys, 2 mediums. And their E50's just clobbered our mouse. So now we are at a disadvantage. We did have a massive advantage, but unfortunately we've lost it. But the Heshbarn on our team just took out their top player, the E50. And that means now we've got a chance of taking out this 261. And he's dialed in and rounds out. Oh, we've got a piece of him. Okay, he's dialed in, but he's not loaded yet. The Object 261 obviously is going to move before. Oh, he's not moving actually. Oh, he is now, but he's looking in our direction. He obviously can't see where we are, and the Leopard finishes him off. There's only 2 left on the enemy team. We know the M43 M55's down in the south. The TVP T5051 is only a short distance away. We could shotgun him. I think Talon's leaving the TVP up to the others. And there goes the TVP. The Leopard 1 got him from a distance. All the Heshbarn had to do was hold him in place, and the Leopard was able to snipe at him. But now we just need to go down to the south because that's where the M53 M55 was last seen. Or at least the tracer was seen in there. I saw it. I hope that Talon saw it as well. Okay, he's going to the aim. Down here, that's where the tracer was seen coming from. Did he change position? Well, he doesn't appear to be there now. Did he go over the edge? Is he hiding in the corner? It looks like he's motored away. He's obviously trying to hide. Okay, the Heshbarn's having a quick look on the seafront. I'm hoping that M53, M55 driver knows that, of course, by staying alive and then picking his moment, he can actually get more hit points, more credits, if he actually waits until the last or the enemy comes along, and then he can go out in a glorious blaze of honor and kill the last, or get his last kill in the game. I suspect that the Heshbarn might be the one who's going to meet him. I wonder about that. I think that's where he's gone. In fact, he might be on the seafront where the Heshbon's headed right now. Now, Talon's nicely ensconced here. He's actually got walls on two sides, so the enemy's not going to be getting him with the first shot. And in fact, the guy's up in the north. Would you believe it? He's been motoring around the map, doing a tour, round south. Well, that slowed him down, and there's the kill shot. We've picked up the stun assist, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the Bat Châtillon 155-55. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And in that game, he killed the Jag Tiger. Yes, he got a round right into the guy's side whilst he was immobilized and finished him off. His win rate from the game, 2,024, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage. The E50M on the enemy team, I did mention him. He got a high caliber for 5,355 hit points of damage. Second highest damage in the game turned out to be the IS-4, one of the enemy tanks that Talon hit. He got 4,170, and the third highest was their TVP with 4,147. Talon got 1,835 hit points of damage, and he beat all but the top 3 on the enemy team. So, and he was beaten by 7 members of his own team. So he's actually in 11th place when it comes to damage, I'm afraid. But he did have a good game. And when it came to kills, we can see the high score was the Leopard 1 on his own team. He picked up the Pascucci's medal, Top Gun, and the tank sniper. The second highest number of kills was the E50M and the TVP, both with 3 kills. And Talon got 1 kill, and he was amongst the rest. So he was actually joint third with the rest of the people on the battlefield who got a kill. When it came to base XP, he's actually in 5th place because the top scorer was the Leopard 1 with 1,026. Second place went to the AMX-50 120 on his team, 898. Third place was the E75 with 796, and Talon got 780, so he wasn't far behind the third place. He fired 14 rounds in the game, made good use of them, got 6 direct hits on the enemy. None of them penetrated though, but he did get 15 splashes as well. 1,835 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 1, so there's the Confederate. 1,055 hit points of stun assist off 15 stuns, and he got 59 capture points whilst he was in the cap, whilst they were trying to find the M43 and M55. He actually earned 72,263 credits profit on a premium account. He did get a 55,000 credit bonus for mission completion, and he also got 3,510 experience points out of it as well on ×3 day. So how does this figure out in the Weekend Lion? Well, yes, I'm afraid Talon has beaten Angelina, but there's still a last chance for Angelina to send in one final replay. There's a few hours left in America at this moment because I'm actually recording this post midnight, but there's still 5 hours to go in America. So she might be able to still get a replay in to take it away from Talon at the last second. But yes, a second class, a bruiser, and a Confederate actually beats a second class. So, because of course he's got the bruiser and he's got the Confederates as well, and Angeline doesn't have those. So yes, Talon is back in the lead, and he does want that Weekend Lion. He did say so, and he said use that W key. Arties can move to help and win, and they can, even if it's just a reposition to get a better angle on the enemy. But they can certainly help by moving about, because of course if they protect themselves from something like that EBR 105, who was roaming around the rear area of our battlefield, and so he was actually quite dangerous to our team because he could have taken out Talon and the T92, and as a result he would have ended up with the Pascucci's, and we would have had one less player on our team to try and win the game. But as it is, his teammates were on the game and they were on the ball, and he actually did manage to get into the cap to force the enemy Arty to try and reveal himself or try and get a reset so we could find out where he was. I hope you enjoyed that replay and the previous one. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching!